Hello and welcome to Skamashi Tech, where we review anything and everything in short and informative videos. In this episode, we have a portable wireless air pump. I don't know why it says wireless air pump, because you cannot put air wireless into the tire, but I assume they mean because it's battery powered and you don't need any cable. So let's take a look at the box. Just a little sign here from the device for the wireless air pump. On the bottom it says what you can use: car, business car. I would not know if there's any difference. Bicycle, motorcycle, balls, toys, swimming ring, kayak, etc. Some graphics here on the side, some icons. And yeah, the company who sells it on Amazon UK. This device is from Amazon UK. When we open the box, it comes in a little pouch, which is greatly appreciated. And below we have some accessories. And I would say we pack it out. So these are the contents of the box. As we can see, we have the main device. It is charged. We see here the battery sign has 2 from 3. It shows 0.0 psi. Then we have the inflation cable here, which we can with a screw, which can be screwed into here. And then we have the various adapters. We have an adapter, I would assume this is for a ball or something like that. So this is for a ball. This is for when you inflate a mattress or something like that. And this is to screw on from bikes. You can screw it on and then you can screw it here. And then you can inflate it. One thing I do not like directly is this screw here. So you have to screw it onto the tire. I have tested in the past tire inflation systems and tire inflation devices, and many of them have a fast lock, which you can look. I will put the link in the description so you can see it. They have a fast lock, and you can just slide it over the vent and then lock it, and it's locked. And this one you need to screw. So you might need considerably more time, but on the other hand, you might not lose as much air as you would maybe otherwise use. And as we can see here, it tries now to measure. It cannot measure anything because it's not connected to a car. I will quickly test it on the car and see if it works and if it's accurate, and then we'll report back and we'll tell you my experience with it. Okay, so I have tested now the device, and yes, it works. It works actually fairly well. It inflates the tire with no problem. I had missing, I left out on all 4 tires about 2 psi, and it could fill up the 2 psi with no problem. It does shut off after about a minute and a half, which is probably a security feature. Similar devices I tested did the same, because the motor is very small in there, and in order to not overheat the motor, which actually provides the air, for that case it does shut off, because it's just a small device. How long the battery will last, I would assume it will not last to fully inflate 4 tires, but on the other hand, it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be an emergency device, and it's supposed to inflate when you miss a bit of air in 1 or more tires, or if you have to replace 1 tire and inflate it entirely. That should work as well with 1 battery charge. I would not assume it would last to inflate 4 tires fully. It has a little gimmick here. As you can see, we have here a USB connection which we can connect with the cable to charge it. One negative here is the cable is very, very short, so you don't get the power plug. That means you need to provide your own power plug. And if you have one, and it's for example a wall power plug or one of the extenders, this cable is so short that you basically have to lay it right beside it, and they could provide a bit longer cable. But there's a little gimmick here. You have a light, and as we can see here, we can hear, and then we can switch through the different modes. It's either complete on blinking, fast blinking, or off. So that might be helpful as well if you're in an emergency situation or it's middle in the night, that you can actually inflate the tire and can actually see with that. So overall, I would say the product is for that price, which I will blend in the listing, is, yeah, I would say fairly okay. It's nothing to complain about. It works. The measurement is fairly accurate. I measured it, compared it with my compressor, which is really accurate, and it's about half a PSI off, which most of these devices are. So very seldom I see a device which is completely as accurate as, for example, my compressor would be. Other than that, I would say it works fairly well. It does inflate the tire. It did it in a reasonable amount of time. It does take a bit longer than 12 volt connected tire inflator, but this one is completely battery driven, so that might be the difference. I also tried to inflate one of my little one's balls with this one here, and it did work flawless as well. No issues there. So overall, I can say if you need something in your car boot or on the go without having to connect anywhere to a 12 volt socket or to a power source, then this is definitely worth a consideration. The price is good for this device, and yeah, I think it's fully okay, and I have no complaints so far, except the small cable and maybe this screws in here, but these are small things. I can live with it. Other than that, I have to say it's a decent product. So I hope that gave you a bit insight, and yeah, thank you for watching.